I like dialogue. So let's just check to see if you're ready. Are you awake today?
Yes.
Good audience. Are you breathing?
Yes. Hope so.
I hope so too. So, here's the big one. Have you ever lost anyone that meant the world to you, but you didn't just know just how much they meant to you at the time? Okay, let me take you back to 2011. I was in my second year of university, and my little brother had come over from Zimbabwe to visit me. And I was super happy to have him there, and I was really excited, but I was really stressed because exams were imminent, and I was trying to study, and I was trying to organize a lot of different things. And it was a really nice spring day, similar to today. The sun was shining, and it was really, really, really beautiful. And we were just sitting down after a meal, having a chat, and he just started talking to me. And he said, Lathi, you don't have to be running around doing everything all the time. You need to make time to stop and smell the roses. I just smiled and I was tearing up because my little brother, 19, giving me life advice. Lathi, stop it, stop being silly. Lathi, I'm serious. Listen. Okay, I know. Calm down, I know. At the time, I didn't quite understand what he meant. But I was like, he's young. He'll learn, he doesn't really understand life and how busy it is and what I have to do, so just left it. Later that year, in late September, I was sitting on my couch in my flat at 5 a.m. in the morning. It was a very still morning. No breeze, no wind. Almost too still. And I was just waiting for my older brother because my dad had rung me and said he was coming over to tell me something. But just from the way he said it on the phone, I could just tell that something wasn't right. And I wasn't ready to wait, so I rung home. Nothing could have possibly prepared me for what I heard next. Nothing. I got the news that my baby brother had killed himself. On that day, a massive piece of me died with him and dragged so many parts of me that I had to let go of just to survive. But also on that day, a mission was born, one that I wasn't aware of. And that mission was to embrace each and every individual that I met in their entirety, so that they would never ever feel that the world would be a better place without them. So I go back to my flat. Lathi, I'm serious. I don't want you to be anyone else. I just want you to be my sister, not my mini mom. Just be you. So, tonight, I honor him and I accept all the pieces of myself, even losing him, which almost made me lose myself. And I accept that as an incredible gift. And I empower and inspire people to do the same, to accept and embrace every single piece of themselves, even the pieces that they don't love. This is the driving force behind the business I'm going to launch in May, which is called the Identity Dichotomy. And it's to help people deal with the two sides of themselves, the public and the private, and consolidate them and understand that every single part of you is beautiful.
How are you feeling? Well, I knew she was going to take us on this roller coaster of emotions. So I'm going to hand over to the judges, where they will. So here at Speaker Express, so normally people would take the judges giving criticisms, but these are more stretches to help a speaker grow. So who would like to go first?
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
You go first. Okay, cool. So first of all, good evening everybody. Just so you understand what qualifies me to sit here and be a judge. So as Susan said, it's not about judging, it's about empowering. So I've been an international speaker now for quite a while. I've got over 6,000 hours of actually delivering talks, about 3 times that in training. I've spoken in the Middle East, I've spoken in the US, I've spoken in Africa, of course in the UK and across Europe. And really what we look for as judges is what will help them go to the next level, of course, as well as what they've done well. I have the pleasure, the joy of seeing a lot of these guys come into the membership and really grow, and part of my role is to hold them account, mentor them, but also give them. So sometimes my feedback might sound harsh, but it's always with love, but in this case there won't be any harsh. So, well done. I feel so short. Standing, because you're also in heels. But really, first of all, I acknowledge you for approaching such a topic and being so open about it, so thank you for that. I heard it this afternoon, and where you've taken it is great. Just some stretches, because what you've done is you're introducing different characters, right? And the danger with sitting down is people lose sight of you.
Oh, okay.
You see, so there's ways to demonstrate you're sitting down. So you sit, but you stand back up, and people get it. Or you can be knee height, but still keep that, right? So there's various ways of doing it. If you're raised on a stage, that's fine. But when you're eye level, easily can lose that. What I would like to have seen and heard more, it's maybe because you were fighting the tears, and as you get used to doing this and really being able to tap into that emotion without it being so raw, is really to hear it in your voice more. And that's maybe because you were fighting it and you're just keeping it up here. But when it would have created a real contrast. And that's what I feel is your stretch now, is how do you tap into that emotion, keep it real without you having to fight anything back. And that's your stretch. And it's not easy. That's real top level stuff there. But the more you do this, the stronger, the more powerful this will become, from an authentic place, not from who feel sorry for me, but from a powerful, leading, really capturing us through the essence of what you're saying. I think it's beautiful, so well done. Good job.
Okay, thank you.
I think you did an amazing job. I thought you owned the space really well. I think the way you came across, I think the way you dress, we can't take our eyes off you. I think you own the space. The way you're moving, the way your voice is animated, your body gesture. So you feel very confident. I think I don't know how you guys felt it, but I felt that you were oozing confidence. And you knew your story from start to finish. There was never a moment when you lost that story, and it's because it's very personal. So that helps when we tell a personal story. That helps not losing the story, because you can't not remember your story. So I thought that was really well done. I think you managed it. It's obviously a very personal and very difficult topic. So I think the emotion, the dose of emotion coming out felt very authentic and natural, and you wouldn't expect, that they would be judged, that it would be like, oh my God, she's got, we felt, I think, empathy more than anything, and it's kind of maybe putting a mirror and holding up a mirror to our own, yes, it's happened to us, and so I thought that was taking us on the right journey. In terms of what would I do differently next time, if you had, you know, if you're sort of practicing, trying to sort of make it right for next time. I agree, maybe the role play, you know, maybe doesn't need sort of so much drama or acting into it. I don't know whether you need to sit at all. Maybe it's just I think just kind of taking us on that mental journey and that you know, the detail of that story of saying, you know, and maybe telling more about who you are and telling me more about who he is and why. Like maybe that would be more interesting than exactly the conversation at that point, because otherwise I would expect that you would be really sad if you lose your brother. Like I would expect that from anybody. So what was that different for you? Like why was it any different? So maybe I would sort of try to take it to an angle where there's more of a, I understand more your relationship with your brother, rather than exactly what happened in that communication. But I think the reason, I mean, that's obviously the hook, and I think for all of us, I think the reason why we have a drive and a passion and what we do, there's always a story, there's always a beginning, and it's very humbling to realize that that beginning can be a place of hurt, or can be a place of shame, or a place of discomfort, or something that's actually not something that you would want to ever stand out and talk about one day. But that's life, you know. The corners and the bumps are inspiring in a way, and they shape us. And I think that's the nice thing in your story, is that that's really clear, and that's, I think, honoring. And I think that's the lesson for everybody when we're heroes. It's a gift that you give to us, is that's an invitation. That's like for everybody to behave that way and to think that way, and that's a very empowering way. So I think it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful business, and I think the effect and the impact that you can have by doing what you're doing on other will be very positive. So I think you're very, very close to it. I would say just making it more the relationship with your brother. Why is that so important, and why is it different than losing anybody?
Thank you. One more time for Lathi.
Thank you.